If you see this, you like the result. You see this bicep, you see my chest, you see my pecs, you kind of see like the top layer of my abs. You want this physique, right? You see the results that I've achieved. And maybe for a second there, you subconsciously, vicariously just lived through me just now, imagining that this was you. Okay, good. In this video, I'm here to inform you. You're already a gym rat. The goal of my channel has been to turn you into a gym rat. I'm trying to change your mind and psychology. Although people may think that maybe that's a far-fetched goal, I don't give a fuck. You're already a gym rat. Everybody is. Everybody is. If you have a normal Homo sapien working brain, then you innately have the primal urges to conquer challenges and to surpass your former self. You already have that urge inside of you. It's already there. You're already the gym goer. You're already the gym rat. You're already the guy that works out. You're already the guy that's fit. It's deep within your psychology. It's deep rooted in the back of your lizard brain. It's just that the conditioning in your environment that you're in the environment that you've been brought up, and your experiences and all the conditioning and bullshit that has come into your mind has layered over this subconscious primal need for activity and conquering challenges and growth, and it's caused you to be the piece of shit that you don't want to be to today. It's causing you to be the inadequate sub-performing human that you are now. And right now in this video, I'm going to inform you of that, and I'm also going to help unlock that with you when you learn to adopt this mindset called the curious challenger mindset. And that's the mindset that everybody has, but what most people suppress. And if you had this mindset, you would have already had the physique that you had by now. It's just because you don't know how motivation works and you don't understand how to get it. So we're gonna talk about it in this video. But first I want to tell you a story. It was roughly almost a year ago where I led a flight for PT. And it was the type of people that actually failed their PT test. So these people were down bad. These people were down bad. And there's this one girl, she hated running. I hate running, but she hated running. She would run on the track and then she would start crying. There was times, I think there were maybe 3 times I remember she actually cried on the track. And this was in the beginning of the program, in which I'm not gonna explain too much about the program, but it was a program in which for I think 1/4 or maybe 3/4, they had to basically do 5-day-a-week PT led by me, guided by me, so that they can get into shape and actually pass their PT test. When she would run, she'd cry. It got to a point where I started to run next to her and I'd be like, yo, like, why are you crying? I asked her one day, like, why are you crying? In short, her response was, I can't do it, this sucks. This sucks. And I said, okay, cool, bet. Every single day, everybody's running. And they're not doing 1 lap, they're doing 2 laps around the track every single day. Everybody's running. What do you think happened? Actually, not just her, but everybody eventually loved running. Everybody loved running, and especially her. I think she was probably one of the most enthusiastic runners. It's actually got to the point where not only did she love running, but she actually got better than everybody else at running. She passed her PT test. She lost some pounds. She lost some weight. She got stronger legs. And I asked myself, how the heck did she do it? I knew how she did it because as a natural gym rat, I understood, okay, it's because she got used to it. It's because she overcame challenges. But fast forward about a year later, it wasn't until a week ago when I got halfway through this book called The Motivation Myth by Jeff Hayden. And he explained how motivation works. And it made me click and realize how it is that she was able to overcome and start to love the challenge of lifting and love the challenge of running, even though she initially hated it. And how also I overcome challenges and how you overcome challenges. And it also addresses our innate psychology. But before we get into that, I want to say my name's Chike and I've been a gym rat for roughly 10 years. I've built an aesthetic body as a result of it. And it's just been by staying consistent, following dieting principles, and just having an active mindset. And that's actually what I want to get you to. I want to help you reach the same result that I have, but without following along all these hiccups in your journey. But also, I'm actually trying to get you and turn you into a gym rat. I'm here to awaken people in this world who think that they're inactive creatures that were not meant to be. I'm here to actually change you into the person that you were always meant to be. I'm here to actually let you become the person you were meant to be and were created to be since the beginning. And so that's my mission and that's my journey. With that being said, I want to let you know that how motivation works. People don't know this, but you like the gym already, but you don't allow yourself to because you don't understand how motivation works. Motivation works by you eating the slug and then realizing the slug isn't that bad. And then you start to make progress and then you actually start to be motivated. That's how motivation works. Motivation isn't like a bolt of lightning that you get. It's like, boom, I'm motivated. People expect motivation to come like this. And that's why you probably think you're probably waiting on some sort of tragic event like Uncle Ben from Spider-Man. You're probably waiting on some sort of tragic event to happen. And then all of a sudden, like, you want to be jacked, you want to be fit. Like, you're probably waiting on your girlfriend to get mugged or something for you to be motivated to get jacked or fit, or something like Jack Reacher, or what's that movie, John Wick. That's not going to happen. And if it does, the purpose of you being fit is already too late, right? It's already too late because she's already like dead or mugged or something. You're not supposed to wait on some sort of tragic event to happen. You think that that's how the world works. That's not how it works. That's not how motivation works. How motivation actually works is that you see something that's challenging, but you see the goal on the other side and you're like, damn, the goal is really worthwhile. I really want that goal right there. That's a good goal. But man, dude, like, I gotta go to the gym every day. I gotta diet. There's always a dragon in front of the goal. The trick to motivation is that you actually start to battle with that dragon, and then you're like, okay, this sucks, but it's not too bad. And then all of a sudden you take your sword and you cut the dragon's eye. It's done. You maybe stab its leg a little bit or stab its webbed foot or whatever the fuck. And it's actually, you realize the dragon's kind of a bitch. It's actually like not really too tolerant to pain. You're like, oh, like, this dragon is fearing me right now. I'm hella motivated to cut it into little pieces. That's how motivation works. You initially eat the slug. You confront the dragon. You initially eat the slug, and then you realize that the slug is tolerable. It's not tasty. It's still a slug. It's tolerable. But then you realize that you've actually made progress through it. You've actually made progress through it. You start to see gradual changes and gradual success in whatever it is you're trying to do. And that's when motivation starts to kick in. So right now you're in the position where you think the gym is shit, but you don't give yourself time to actually be motivated by it. When you actually start to see progress and you start to see the pump and you start to see that you've actually gotten stronger, you will actually start to like the gym more. And that's how gym addicts are actually born. Gym addicts aren't born when they lift a weight and they're like, this kind of sucks. They're born when they're disciplined enough to just get through the initial hump of not seeing progress and eating the slug, and then seeing actual gradual progress. Then they start getting addicted to that feedback loop. And that's how gym rats are born. That's how I was created. That's how you actually are innately. And you know that's the truth, because if you could snap your fingers, or if you created your character in a video game, right? Like those created character video games, what body type does he or she have? Is he a fat dude? Is he an Igor? Is he a fat Igor looking dude? Is he a Eugene? A Eugene skinny neck, hunched over? You can see his ribcage? No. What does he look like? He looks like this. He looks like me. He looks like the guy with the chest and the biceps and the abs and everything. That's how he looks, because that's indicative of what it is that you actually want in your life. And if you want the goal, then that means that you're apt to becoming addicted to the loop, to the process that actually gets you to the goal. That's how the human mind works. And because of that, humans are innately wired to be addicted to the process that allows them to achieve the goals that they want. When you think about the original monkey, I was reading the book Sapiens by Yuval Noah, how the fuck do you say? Yuval Noah Harari, right? And it talked about monkeys. They eventually learn how to build tools and how to make tools, and they will fight the saber-tooths. What the fuck happened to saber-tooths? They're extinct. Human beings, there are other races and classes of the homo species, of the homo genus, right? You have binomial nomenclature, genus and species. The homo genus, we derive from Homo erectus and other things, right? There are other different species of human beings long ago. Where are they? They're dead because we killed them. We killed them. Saber-tooths, where are they? Where are they? They're extinct because we killed them. Why do you think that is? It's because human beings, once we discovered tools and we got over the slug of challenges of learning how to conquer these other species and conquer these other animals, these predatorial cats and predatorial reptiles, we got addicted to hunting them down and killing them, even if we weren't using them for any resources. We got addicted to wiping them out because we see the progress. Once you get over the hump of progress, eventually you see the success, and then you want to spam that shit. And that's why people, when they play video games, right? When you play a game and you finally get the rare item or the rare gear that you need to start farming something, what happens? You start playing for more hours and more hours. Once you make progress in a video game, what happens? You start playing more and more and more and more and more. That's how motivation works. It's the same way with weightlifting and fitness. When you think about professional athletes, people who are pros in their craft and pros in their league, why do they keep playing even though they've already proved to everybody that they're the best in the freaking world? It's because they like the challenge. They've gotten over the initial hump of dealing with these challenges and getting good. And once they got good, they're addicted to the challenge. They're addicted to actually going through the hard work and then succeeding over and over and over again. They get addicted to that progress. They get addicted to the challenges and the stress and exertion and them actually being their primal selves. That's what they get addicted to. But what do you think happens when they retire or they get too good? They get depressed. They start developing mental illnesses because human beings, we are not meant to not conquer challenges. We're not meant to confront challenges. So when you see people, when you look at even yourself too, I want you to criticize yourself right now. I want you to reflect on yourself. If you look at challenges and you think that, oh, it's not for me, I'm just not a gym goer. When I hear people say they're not a gym goer, you haven't even confronted yourself. You don't even know who you truly are. People hundreds of years ago, 1,000 years ago, they weren't sedentary creatures. That's not how they were because, of course, work and labor made them be more active. But it's the same way now. People who aren't active, what happens? Their immune systems get worse. What happens? They get mental illnesses. They get physical illnesses. It's no wonder that exercise helps with physical illness. It's no wonder that it helps with mental illnesses. Oh, gee golly, this is newfound information. No, it's been that way since the beginning of time. Think about it. If you were told to do 3 push-ups right now, you do 3 push-ups right now. I'm telling you right now, stop what you're doing, go outside, get on the floor, do 3 push-ups right now. Maybe do 5 push-ups. If you see that you can do 5 push-ups and that's kind of hard, or 10 push-ups and that's kind of hard, you may actually try to do more. It's the same thing when you hit a PR. When you hit a max and you see that, oh, that was actually not too bad, and you realize that you're actually stronger than that max, most people actually go down for the second rep because they're wired for challenge. The gym addict psychology is this. They associate their progress with the side effects of the endeavor. That's what happens. It's not that you will specifically get addicted to the pump or get addicted to the pain in your muscles. It's what you associate that with. It's how you associate that with a certain result. It's like the rat. The rat who pushes the button for the cocaine doesn't necessarily actually like the button. It actually likes the cocaine. So then it starts to associate cocaine with the button. It's the same thing with the gym addict. Once you start seeing the gradual change, once you start seeing the changes in your body and your physique, you're going to associate the pump, the good form, the locking out of the triceps when you hit that tricep extension, the push of the weight of the barbell press when you hit a new PR. You're going to associate that with the change in your chest and the change in your physique. That's how it actually works. That's how gym addicts are born. That's how an addiction or a habit is actually created. It's by seeing that gradual progress. You're expecting to feel the pump and to be like, oh yeah, I love the pump. That's not how it works. You're going to see the pump and you may not like it initially. You may feel like, oh, it makes my arms hurt. You're being a bitch right now. Suck it up, get over it. After that hump, guess what? Once you start to see that your arms are kind of getting bigger, your mind is going to click and you're going to be like, oh, those pumps all this time was what it was this. That's what that stuff was. It was me working my way up to getting 16-inch arms. Oh, I like this. And so what are the main obvious reasons as to why people, when they go to the gym, they don't really feel like doing what they're doing? They kind of feel like shit. It's because you're not doing what you actually want to do in the gym. And you're not pushing the way that you actually want to be pushed. You're not pushing yourself the way that you actually want to be pushed. When you think about it in school, you were really good at doing the math when you're really good at doing the science probably, right? You like doing the homework for math or science. If you liked math or science, if you like doing social studies, you like doing homework, you were there on time and you would do it ahead of time, right? The subject that you liked in school was the one that you did the best at because you actually were motivated to do it and you saw that you made good progress in it. You saw success in it and you saw that it came easy to you. So you did that homework. But what if you hated math? What if you hated science? You procrastinated until the last second, bro. You didn't just wait till 8:59. You waited till 8:59:59. That's what you waited to do that damn homework. You waited till the bell rang and started doing that shit in class under your desk. Because people were not gonna do what they don't want to do. That's just it. So when I see people trying to be like these Uber optimizers, not doing the workouts that they don't even want to do, even though it all does the same shit. I look at them and I'm like, that's stupid, that's retarded, because you're not going to stick to it. You need to push yourself in the way that you like to be pushed. If you want to do hypertrophy for size, do hypertrophy for size. If you like to train strength, train strength. Either way, your muscle is going to get bigger if you stick to it for 10 years or 5 years. It's going to get bigger regardless. You're going to see changes regardless, right? Because training the muscle is training the muscle. It doesn't really matter how you do it. Yes, if you do hypertrophy, it'll increase in size. Yes, if you train strength, it'll just increase in strength. But it's not like you can have one without the other. They're both intercorrelated. That's why I tell people, find the workouts that make you train how you want to train, that make you train how you're supposed to train. If you like doing 12, 20 reps of tricep extensions, then do it. For me personally, when I do skull crushers, I like to do high rep movements. But how many times in my videos have I said that I like to do low rep, high strength, high weight movements? But for this workout, I like to do low weight, high rep movements. Why? Because I fucking feel like it. Then if I want to train to make my triceps bigger, what workout do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to do the workout that I like to do for low rep, for low weight, high rep movements. That's what I'm going to do. You need to learn how to actually train the way that you want to train. And secondly, you need to stop being too apt to being told exactly what to do. In my program, I actually show people, I give them guidelines, like general guidelines of how to actually get into the workouts that they like to do. I'm actually devising templates of different workouts that have different sort of bullet points that tell you, hey, this is good if you don't like to work out with other people. This is good if you like hypertrophy or whatever. And if you like guidance like that, top link in the description to see my course. But if you're too rigid and focused on doing the exact freaking program, oh, I followed this guy's program, you're not going to stick to it. You're not going to enjoy it. And there are rare occasions when people do enjoy it. But at the end of the day, even if you're a total beginner, it's good to see the stuff that you kind of like. Initially, yes, you do need to follow someone to a T, but following a super rigid program does kind of fuck up your gains because you're not allowing yourself to adopt that curious challenger mindset that you need to actually grow and to be motivated in the gym. Even if you like birthday cake and someone is forcing birthday cake down your throat, even if you have your favorite food being forced down your throat, you don't want to eat it. It's the same thing with fitness. You're not supposed to just do what everyone tells you every single time. Maybe initially, if you're a complete oblivious, retard to the gym, yeah, sure. Which most likely, if you're watching my channel, you probably are, and that's perfectly fine. That's what I'm here for. But even then, it's as you get somewhat progressive, you need to kind of figure out what it is that you like to do and how you like to push yourself. So when you see workouts on different channels, when you look at different shorts for different workouts, ask yourself, do I actually really like this workout? Do I actually want to do this movement here? Because you see some workouts where someone's just doing too much, using too much equipment in the gym, or maybe it's just a little bit too uncomfortable on their joints or something like that. Ask yourself, do you actually like this workout? Because if you don't do it. Stop worrying about being super optimal and getting the best contraption. Every contraction is the best contraction. It doesn't matter. It's the one that you're going to stick to. But if you don't push yourself in the way that you want to, you can't learn to actually get past the hump of resistance and eating the slug that you need to eat in order to get addicted to the gradual success that you're going to see. To get that gradual success, you need to stay consistent. To stay consistent, you should do the workouts that you feel like you could do for 5 years, 10 years even. And that's honestly what I can't stand about the fitness industry, and this is what I can't stand about society. It honestly brainwashes us into thinking that fitness is this really hard, complicated ass endeavor in which you have to be super optimal. You have to have all these charts and be a freaking Eugene and chart and make a whole data analysis sheet about fitness before you even lift a dumbbell. Meanwhile, cavemen, retard Tyrones like me who just pick up a dumbbell and lift it until he feels like stopping are the type of guys that make way more progress in those than the Eugene and the Igors of the world who can't control their eating and are too focused on being on analyzing and optimizing every single variable. Those guys, and then you have these people that market to it and make it seem like that's the way to go and try to make fitness as complicated as it possibly can because they're running out of ideas and they want to sell you something. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sell you something, but I'm going to actually address the actual root of the problem. They're not addressing the root of the problem. The root of the problem is your mindset and your perspective and how it is that you see fitness. That's the main problem. You could honestly click off this video right now and find a tree that has that with a vertical branch and do pull-ups on that for months and then still have a pretty decent aesthetic physique. You don't need me to tell you, but I'm gonna be the guy that's actually going to unlock who you truly are. I'm gonna be the guy that's actually going to change people's lives and make them realize that the root of the problem and that you are actually a gym rat. You're a guy who loves the gym. You just haven't unlocked it yet. People aren't addressing the root of the problem. It's your perception on motivation. It's your perception on effort that's fucked up. And you know this because you feel uncomfortable with how you look, but you're letting people brainwash you into thinking that that's not the case. Don't listen to them. I'm going to be the guy that's actually going to wake you up and tell you the truth about why it is that you're not in the shape that you're in. If you want to learn more, go ahead and click on this video. Goodbye.